Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Heart Astrology Podcast. I'm Adriana. I'm based in the UK, and I'm joined here with my beautiful grandmother, Caitlin. She is based in the US, and we join here together to share in the astrology and the energy that's going on, and specifically the galactic astrology that's happening. So in this video, we're going to be sharing about this new moon at the end of the month here, the galactic astrology that's around it. There's a lot of different aspects that are happening. And of course, we are going to share, I'm going to share a tarot card message, and Caitlin will share a beautiful oracle card message from one of her new decks here. So excited to see that. Looks really beautiful. We just also wanted to say thank you so much to those who have participated in our giveaway that we did last month. We have contacted the two winners, so you should have received your email. And if you missed out on this giveaway, no worries, just stay tuned and stay connected with us and see, we'll probably do something again in the future. I'm doing some offers too on my Telegram channel. That's something new that I've started. If you want to join that, it is Starry Sky Readings. Links will be down in the description to join me there.
I also have a little special going on. If you contact me and you have a friend, if a friend signs up for a report or reading, it would have to be a maximum of 8 pages. I will give you a 50% off on your reading. It's just I'm going to be doing
Very nice.
so you would get the same size reading for the two of you type of thing. So I thought it would be a good way for people. If it's a dear friend, you might be able to share the cost that way and be a little more affordable for them.
Oh, beautiful offer. Yeah, that's nice. Definitely check that out. Our emails are in the description and pinned in the comments down below, so you can reach out to us. That's the best way to contact us is by our emails. Caitlin is at Bhakti Galactic Healing for her YouTube channel, and I am, once again, Starry Sky Readings for my YouTube as well. If anyone is new here, my name is Adriana. I've been a intuitive tarot reader for the past 5 years now and have been loving doing galactic astrology. I was trained under Julia Balaz's wonderful course on her website. If you would like to become a practitioner like me, you can check out my links on my YouTube page on how to do what I'm doing and diving into galactic realms and seeing people's connections. It's really fascinating, and I really enjoy the work that I do in connecting with all of you.
Yes, been doing everything metaphysical my whole life. Astrology since 2018, inspired by Molly McCord, Rick Levine, and then found Julia in 2022 and been involved in the galactic astrology ever since and doing this with you. We're in our year anniversary. It's phenomenal. And I just love doing it. I absolutely do and love doing it with you.
Over a year now. So thank you. For those of you who have stuck around this long, please comment down below if you've been here since the beginning. Let us know.
Lovely to hear. Absolutely.
Yeah. Take us away, Caitlin. Tell us what's happening here.
So, we'll talk a little bit about what's happening at the end of this month. And on April 27th, 2025, we have a new moon in Taurus, getting closer and closer to being fully in Taurus season. Of course, it's going to begin on, I think, April 19th or 20th for Taurus season. So we are in it, but going more in it by the 27th and beyond. And the time for that new moon is 3:31 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So what does this new moon in Taurus bring? Well, I'm happy to report it is our official close to the eclipse season. Some of us could still feel some of the pings and pangs of it forward all the way into September. But the good news is the new lunar cycle beginning under this new moon in Taurus may help to clear and cleanse much of the eclipse energies into the background. So if change has been erupting in your life, you may finally feel more serenity and clarity, possibly lighting a way forward into a new path that is beckoning you toward the nurturing energies of Mayflowers blooming. I got a nice little flower behind me here, a little ahead of the time. So sorry
It's
to
gorgeous
say,
behind you.
it is. I love flowers. So sorry to say that there may be some challenges coming up which possibly could cloud over this new moon in Taurus due to the Mars-Pluto opposition on April 26th, 27th of this year. So let's talk a little bit about that. Due to the Mars retrograde, the Mars-Pluto opposition has lingered for a record 6 months, starting with the first exact aspect on November 3rd, 2024 and ending on April 27th, 2025. This opposition took place about 10 months after the Mars-Pluto conjunction on February 21st, 2024. Mars and Pluto had been within a degree of each other in opposition until January 5th, 2025. So some of this energy will last a few days. So happy to say this is the third and final opposition between Mars and Pluto on April 26th, 27th this year. Remember, this is an opposition opposition in astrology is an opportunity to see through observing the opposite in the other through another way to perceive people, places, events, circumstances, situations, and experiences if we don't get stuck in judgment. So, how can we make sweet lemonade out of sour lemons? There is a beautiful Tibetan Buddhist practice called riding the wave. And I have often used this practice as a calm closing to many yoga classes. And I'd like to share it with you now, kind of offering it as a way to move more serenely through this final opposition between Mars and Pluto. So this will take a couple minutes. I'd love to share. I'll come back in and talk a little bit more of what's going on. So just get yourself comfortable and close your eyes. And what I'd like you to do is just become aware of being in beautiful water, and you're just floating in the water, and you're just kind of riding in the waves in the water, just allowing yourself to ebb and flow, rising up on the crest, and then just slowly flowing down as the water recedes. Just feel into that. Feel into the quality of your breathing. So when we ride the wave with this Tibetan Buddhist practice, we inhale and expand the belly, and then let that air fill you up all the way to your clavicle. And then on your exhale, we're letting everything go back down like the air going out of a balloon. So just allow that quality of your breathing to change. So sometimes just even tuning in to the quality of breath will shift how you're feeling in the moment. The second step of riding the wave is just to allow the muscles to relax now. So as you're inhaling, you feel your feet start to relax. You feel your hands. You feel your chest as it's relaxing out. In your exhale, you just feel tension releasing. The third step of riding the wave is giving yourself permission to feel what you're feeling in the moment, to not hold on to feelings and just allow them to be. The fourth step in riding the wave is just to become the witness, the observer of the moment, kind of watching yourself, listening to me telling you to ride the wave in this Tibetan Buddhist practice. You're just listening, you're watching, you're observing. And then the final step with this practice is allowing for the whole process of riding the wave, breathing, relaxing, feeling, witnessing, and allowing to take place. So that's a wonderful way to just take a few minutes in your day to help you move through this Mars and Pluto opposition. So you can open your eyes and just return. Did that feel good, Adriana?
It felt very relaxing. I had to open my eyes though because I was gonna fall right back to sleep. I'm like,
Okay.
I was like, oh, I can't sleep through our podcast. But yes, it was very, very relaxing.
Maybe I can make a short out of that or something, but we should have that place somewhere where people can just kind of flow right into
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was definitely nice. We could try to put in a timestamp, or if somebody wants to put that in, so you can come back to that nice little meditation.
I'll do one of these activation visualization videos at some point if I could manifest the time. Um, but I wanted to step a little deeper into the Mars and Pluto opposition by talking about um, the fixed star Syrma, which is in the Virgo constellation. We have Mars and Leo at 4 degrees in a square with the fixed star Syrma in the Virgo constellation. And it's a 0 degree, 0.01 um, alignment. So that's a very tight orb. And then also Pluto and Aquarius at 3 degrees, 48 minutes is in a square with the fixed star Syrma as well. And that is a 0 degree, 21 minute. And Adriana, you are going to show us the chart.
It
Okay,
is.
here it is. And can you point out where they are?
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw, but I just showed it won't show Surma on here with Mars making the square, but I just did in the report. And then
Okay.
here is the sun and moon here, making that new moon conjunct Shadir, which I will speak on later.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so who are the Surma avian beings? They're star beings and they're bird beings. And they're here to help us with overcoming these challenges that we will be going through with Mars-Pluto opposition. Again, it's the third and final opposition out of all the ones that we've had over that whole period of time I was speaking of earlier. So this is kind of the big finish. You'd look at it that way. But these beings, these beautiful Surma beings, are humble, service-oriented. They come from the seventh dimension. They're very high-level beings. They have a great awareness of the free will of others. They're very much about honoring this. And they're adept at understanding others through their great empathy and compassion. They're very thrifty beings, and they creatively work with what they have by transforming straw into gold. They are great alchemists. I personally have this one in my chart, and I say I can take, I could open my refrigerator. My husband's always very impressed with me, and we'll have very little, or our cupboards are bare, you know. And somehow whatever's in there, adding my herbs and spices and everything, I make this wonderful gourmet creation out of very little. So kind of turning straw into gold is very apropos.
Yeah, I could speak from experience from your good
Hey,
cooking.
just by food, I can't really send that to you. I found an Akashic Records reader named Eric Lynn that shared, I felt, out of everything I researched, some of the best information on the Surma souls. Um, and basically, what he's saying is that, again, they're greatly about service to others, to maybe their own detriment. And I can speak to that. And I have several other alignments that unfortunately put me in that position where I've got to be a little bit better with self-care, but I am much better than I used to be. But the Surma souls often choose to incarnate on Earth to work these issues out for themselves and to grow. Surma beings, there's not a whole lot of star beings from Surma here. So if you have it in your chart, you're a little bit rare. Um, Most are very polite and don't want to rock the boat, may hold back their opinions and kind of bite their tongue, but they shouldn't be. Um, they can be people pleasers, and again, to your own detriment. Um, and the souls that have lifetimes on this earth, it could be kind of a painful reminder of their home world's past traumas. And again, it's to avoid doormat behavior towards others who are more controlling. When on Earth, Surma souls take the opportunity to commonly learn the life lessons of becoming a little more bold, honoring their ability to belong with others, to really belong in the family. You don't have to sit in a corner and be the black sheep of the family or whatever you would call that, where you're not really involved. Be a little bit more in centeredness, but in a healthy way, concerned about yourself and speak your truth. Speak your mind, speak your truth, and then the ability to receive. So that if somebody offers you something and wants to do something beautiful for you, absolutely receive it. And that's one of those ones that's tough for me. I always want to give back immediately, and I've got to keep working on that. That it's okay. We are worthy. And many of these angelic connections, this is another angelic connection. We had some in our previous video. We tend to do that. We don't feel the worthiness, and then we have trouble receiving. And it's very important that we do that because we're actually dishonoring the other person who is giving to us. So we've got to look at it that way. And that can make a huge difference. So I speak of this from my own experience, and I have quite a few people I work with that have this connection as well. So maybe they are showing up to us collectively right now to step into our true power and to learn how to speak up for ourselves and no longer let others walk all over us. So ask yourself this question: are you walking your talk? Are you able to truly receive from others? Again, and I spoke of this a moment ago. Are we feeling undeserving? Overgiving becomes an out of balance tendency, which can lead to the martyr victim pattern. So, there again, it's like I do everything. So, watching for that. And I have fallen into that place many times. I will own it. And then I become the martyr and the victim, but I did it to myself. Nobody else expected me to do it. I did it to me. So, when you can really turn the mirror back in on yourself and see that you have done that, because you're insisting on doing it, it becomes actually a control pattern. And which is seems very opposite to being the doormat. So it's passive aggressive. We've heard these terms before. So watch for that. We also have the sun and moon, which are both in Taurus, creating a Cazimi connection at 7 degrees, and it is in a trine aspect with the fixed star Thuban from the Draco constellation. And this is a tight one too. It's 0.03. So we tend in galactic astrology not to utilize as much of the trines, but I felt this one was important. And as I share, you'll see why. The new moon and Taurus energies may benefit from this harmonious connection, bringing the strength, the loyalty, and powerful intuition energies of the fixed star Thuban alignment. Thuban holds the connection with the ancient dragon beings who were able to achieve freedom and liberation from the lower reptilian beings through keeping their high frequency vibrations up at a level which made the reptilians ultimately leave Thuban. This also happened in relation to the fixed star Izar as well. So here are some of the Thuban starseed traits. You may pull often between both the light and dark aspects of yourself and may benefit from staying more consciously aware of avoiding the extremes and learning to balance these aspects. You may be a shapeshifter, able to adapt to many situations, adjusting your personality to meet the needs of the moment. But take care to not lose yourself in the process. That's really important. And I do have the ancient dragon in my chart, and I definitely am a major shapeshifter. You may have the capacity to be a talented leader and teacher, especially of what you are most passionate about. I definitely have that one. You may have powerful intuition about everything and tend to question authority, or at times often fear authority, especially if it goes against your own powerful intuition. Boy, have I been feeling that for the last, I don't know how many years, almost 10 years. At times, you may find yourself feeling emotionally unavailable, yet you maintain strong loyalty to those you love. You may feel very attracted to the ancient dragons, and I certainly do. And I will have you share now, Adrian, then we could do our cards at the end, if that sounds good.
Good transition to that. Ancient dragon is really beautiful there with Thuban, and I've gotten the same thing through personal readings that I've done and what we spoke on in our last video with Izar too. So if you want to hear what we shared on Izar in the Boots constellation, if anyone has connection to that, go back to our next video or previous video, I mean, to see what we were sharing about that with that angelic realm. Yeah, there is this very beautiful magnetic Venusian, I would say, energy around this Taurus new moon. Because Taurus's ruling planet is Venus. So I'm getting a lot of this Venusian energy coming through. You know, Venus is the goddess of love, and this is aligning to the fixed star Shadir in the Cassiopeia constellation, as we saw in that galactic chart that we shared earlier. So it's making a conjunction right there with Shadir and beautiful Cassiopeia. And Cassiopeia, the constellation, she's it's represented usually as a woman. Sometimes I've seen different illustrations. Sometimes it's more of like a regal queen-like woman. Sometimes I've seen one too where she's kind of like admiring herself in the mirror. And those with this placement in their charts can tend to have this very beautiful, not even in a like a skin deep type of way, but a very beautiful aura about them. They kind of draw people in with this, maybe even a bit seductive with their presence about them. They kind of can bring the room's attention, really call the room's attention to themselves. So they have kind of this unique look about them. And it's not,
Aphrodite.
yes, yes, very much that Aphrodite coming in with Venus. Yep, bringing that in. So, and not one, it's not like one certain look though. It's, you know, they might have their own sense of style with it, but you still have that very beautiful aura that calls people's attention. Now, that can be a good and bad thing. So with that, you know, you want to be careful to not draw too much attention to any like energy vampires that are trying to go after your beautiful light there. So anyone with this connection in their chart. Just be aware of that, of course. And also, even a very regal presence, like you have a sense of confidence in yourself. So, really honing into that confidence, your inner queen, or even if you are more masculine, your inner king, so to speak. So, that regality, that confidence, knowing your self-worth, very much important there for you to integrate for yourself. And that goes for anyone, even if you don't have this connection in your natal chart, of course. So, with this alignment, talking about this transit here with the new moon, this alignment to me means, especially in the sixth house, as I showed for the UK chart, it is in the sixth house. It might be different depending where you live, but what really spoke to me is it relays a message of taking care of ourselves, especially taking care of ourselves, especially our physical bodies at this time. Since this new moon too, it's in the earlier degrees at 7 degrees. That to me means more in the physical realm, physical bodies. So more attention to that at this current time. So just like that Venusian energy, self-care, uh, beauty routines, you know, anything that makes you feel beautiful, or makes you feel handsome, anything that makes you feel good and confident about yourself. Maybe that's getting into a good workout routine. Maybe that's eating better foods, taking care of your bodies. I spoke about this, I think, in our previous video, actually, about really taking care of our bodies at this time. That actually, maybe that was in my Telegram group. I mentioned that for the beginning of April, but still, yeah, that message coming through of really listening to our bodies at this time. What is it trying to tell you? You know, is it time to um, change up, you know, some things that you're eating? I do the same thing. I fall into bad habits of eating junk food or too many sweets. So it's like things like that, even little things that you can change up, making positive daily habits as well. Going out for a walk, even anything that brings some sort of self-care and harmony to yourself here. So that's all that I really had to share about that. Is there anything you wanted to add in, Caitlin, before we go into our cards?
Yeah, I agree. This is a good time of the year in general too, to bring in better habits. And the body is going right now through
Yes.
a natural cleansing. Around March 10th and March 11th, every year we go through the liver cleanse that the body does on its own. If you research it and learn about it, you know that it's really helpful to support that. We do hot water with lemon juice, organic lemon juice, and fresh ginger root.
Yep,
And I'll
that's a
tell
good
you,
one.
yeah, we drink it all the time, not just at this time of the year. We've actually realized that we get very helped with that. But we've also added, we're researching all about feeding our microbiome, the microbes in our gut. And I'll tell you, we found this kimchi and these different products, pickled onions and stuff. I never thought I would like this. My body craves it. Those little critters are amazing. I mean, they're loving it. And I've noticed I'm going longer. I can go much longer time without eating than maybe I ever have in my life. So hoping I lose about that 10 pounds that I've been trying to get off of me forever.
Aw. That's good though for the gut health, the kimchi.
Oh my
I've been
God.
wanting to try stuff like
Oh,
that actually
oh, you
too.
got, oh, you
My
will have.
autoimmune, as you know.
Yes, and it is amazing. We have a tablespoon with each of our meals. Now, if it's something that I'm eating and I don't think it's going to taste right in the meal, I just do it like a few minutes before I eat so that I get the sour kind of out of the way. But a lot of
Mm.
times eating things like on a salad, it tastes incredible on a salad,
Mm.
all different versions. I would love to know if other people that are watching us, if you have been doing these kimchis and things. I'm looking for a really good recipe too. I would love to have anybody that has a good one steer me that direction. It's a good time for the card.
Yeah, let's do our card readings, of course. Go right ahead.
Okay,
Mm.
so I have a brand new deck. I'm gonna do a little plug for this beautiful studio. They're actually playing our videos in their studio in Lakewood, Ohio.
Oh,
It's called Bare Soul Studio. So I'm sending out some love to Josette and Kelly there. And we are I got these through them. And a lot of people just, oh, I'll just go over to Amazon or whatever. I really, the small businesses, folks, let's start really supporting them. They've been there before Amazon ever was. And so with certain things, we are on it. We are in the stores supporting the small ones who need it. And they are the backbone, of anywhere in the
oh
world,
yeah,
country, but the world.
agree. Yeah.
And they ordered it in for me. It's Rebecca Campbell. And who's the other person? Let's see. Danielle Noel does the artwork. And it's the Starseed Oracle. This is phenomenal. I highly, highly suggest this one. Oh my gosh. The first pull I had was amazing. And it came up again for this one. It's the same one that I pulled for myself several days ago. And it's called Lost Lands, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before. So this is the artwork on it. It's very beautiful pastels. And of course, this is reminiscent of the card is to do with Atlantis, Lemuria, and even Avalon. And I feel like I got an Avalon message for myself. But I wanted to just read from here because this gal and I'm giving her total credit, Rebecca Campbell, what she has written, I cannot do better. I can't rewrite it. Um, so the world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the rememberings and gifts can come flooding back. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as a species. You're being called to connect with the lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that lost lands exist in the past. Others believe they exist today in a different dimension. I believe these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who experience them. If this card comes up for you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon exist within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock the seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. Now, what they tell you to do is to take your card and place it on your heart space, your heart root. Talked about that in I think our last video. So, placing the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following: I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. And when I did this several days ago, I had one of the most powerful dreams that I've had in that I can remember in many, many years. And it was associated with Avalon. And I definitely know, Adriana, you and I have Atlantis, Lemuria, because we've looked it up in our charts, and Avalon as well in our charts. So I bet many of you out there may have it as well. We are mermaids too. We're looking for our mermaid family.
Yes,
And
we are.
yes. So if you are inspired by what I read by this Rebecca Campbell, please contact us because we can check. There's ways for us to look beyond even our galactic calculator right now and find these connections to asteroids and fixed stars that are associated with Lemuria and Atlantis. Our teacher, Julia Balas, taught us how to do it. And she did a video with Pam Gregory on this with Atlantis. And, or was it, no, it was Heather Ensworth. Yes, she did that with Atlantis.
So beautiful. And I was looking at the galactic chart when you were finishing
Mm.
reading that, because speaking of mermaid, Venus is still conjunct Sheet, which is
Mm.
our Beta Pegasi mermaid energy.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Venus obviously has
Oh,
gone out of retrograde. So
tingles.
there's this expansion, this opening of the heart coming through with that beautiful. If you have seen our previous videos, we spoke on Sheet being very much this mermaidian energy. So if you have that in your chart, you can very much feel that connection there. So that is conjunct Venus at the time of this new moon. So just wanted to point that out.
So the Pegasus constellation is charging on. We
It
still have
is, yeah.
leading us. I
It's
love it.
always showing up for us, yeah.
I just have to show this. Look at what this does. I don't think I showed it to you, Adrian.
Oh, yeah. It's
It's
so cool. I
this
love
way.
that.
And there's your cards, and then you can store your book in there. And I think this is just amazing.
Beautiful
It,
packaging.
it is. I just it's so special.
Yeah, I'll
So
have to get that one for sure. I
I
think that will
really
be a good one
good.
for my readings that I
Yeah,
do. I think
it
that will
is.
be very
I think
helpful.
our clients will love it. I know they will love it.
Great, yeah. So to kind of go off of that as well, speaking of the heart and everything, I have for my tarot message, this is my cute little Tarot of Mugi deck. Let me just quickly give a little shout out to this cute deck here, the Tarot of Mugi. It is a very cute little mouse character here. Let me just do full screen. There we go. I don't think they have their name on here, but you can check them out though. It's based off of his pet rat actually, Mugi. And
Oh,
I'm a rat lover too. I used to have rats, so my husband thought that was perfect for me. It is just like the Rider-Waite Tarot, but with the cute little illustrations of Mugi. So here's
sweet.
Mugi here as the King of Pentacles. So again, going back to that astrology that we were seeing, the Venusian energy with Taurus here. This is very much the earth elementals with the King of Pentacles here, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo here, but mostly that Taurus energy, of course, with the new moon coming through. This is all about getting stable, finding our sense of stability, security, but also our self-worth. What is it that we value? How do we value ourselves? How do we stand up for ourselves and come into this? Because, this is a king here. This is confidence. This is coming into your own here. So, how do you value yourself and how do you show up for yourself here? Bringing a sense of practicality here with that Taurus earthy energy, of course, and that love too is still there though underneath it all, right? Because Taurus has Venus ruling it. So there is that element of love here that is beneath the surface, underneath that masculine energy. This is divine masculine here. So this is the message coming through. So some things for us all to collectively reflect on. So be sure to check out our previous video too if you want to see the early start of
Yeah,
April,
these
because
two
that
are
can still be felt.
they're very interconnected. That what card that you just pulled could have been in the previous one. It's very interconnected. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I
It
see
seems
that.
like this month there's like this opening of the heart chakra, as you were talking about, the heart root chakra is really starting to open up as Venus comes out of retrograde, as it aligns with, Beta Pegasi there, that mermaid energy. It's like expanding and opening up. So I love that we've made those connections through the astrology we've seen. Well, thank you all for joining us. Please like this video and comment down below if anything resonated or if you want to share anything, any thoughts that you have. Check out, of course, our individual YouTube channels. I'm at Starry Sky Readings, Caitlin's at Bhakti Galactic Healing, and we so hope to see you soon in our next one.
Namaste.